Hey people, it's Tuesday and I'm Terry. It's not going to be very long. I really have much to say, but I am going to do a mukbang, a Chinese mukbang later today. Hi Tish, hi Mikey, hi Casey. What's up? I'm getting ready to tell you what's up, buddy. Since I've been posting a whole bunch of pictures of my old days and all my ex-husbands and ex-boyfriends, and I was thinking to myself, my God, I can't believe I've had this many fucking men in my life. But it's true, I've got pictures of all of them. In fact, I was looking for some more pictures today. One thing, hi, hello, Tish. One thing I've always done is take pictures of stuff so I can document every one of my stories. I don't lie about anything. I have truth. I have old black and white pictures. I've had a life, people. And I'm still got a life going. And I want to dispel a little rumor about meth mouth. Guess what? I have my teeth. They're 70 years old, and I have every single one of them. So don't believe everything you hear about meth, okay? Because it's not true. Depends on how you use it, if it affects your teeth or not. You can obviously see that it doesn't affect mine at all. I want to get that put through first. But another thing, the dude that I did the interview with, and he was too tweaked out to do it, well, he's going back to jail, just like I predicted. In fact, he called me from the jail, and they let him out, and they were going to put him in a halfway house, and then they just revoked his parole. So he's going to be going down for 15 years. I wish I'd have kept that little interview now. And Hyena just wants to tell everybody that this little deal with KJ is going to wind up just like the Toddy one did. These women are all going to get a little money off of her, little content, because none of them have their own. But this thing ain't going anywhere either if you read between the lines, or if you read the lines, it's a tax thing. I don't know who that dude is that's suing her, but I couldn't stand to listen to him 3 minutes. I think he might have a little sugar in his britches. I think KJ might be on to something, just between you and me. My girl wants to do a blessing first thing this morning. You gonna bless everybody while you're in a good mood. Do it. Do it. Look how blessing-fied she is. Hi, little streak. Anyway, I was going through all my pictures of all my men, and I want to tell you some jail stories, visiting room jail stories, because I've never been in jail. I've never been arrested. I've never had my fingerprints done. I'm as squeaky clean. That's why my info is all out there for everybody to look at, because they're not going to find nothing about me, people. I'm cool as a fan. I've hung around with some bad people, but I haven't been involved. I'm trying to get those words off my thing so I can... Evidently, I don't know what I'm doing because it didn't go. Well, anyway, I'll try to do it the way it is. So, I'm going to tell you about being in the waiting rooms of these jails that I've been to. I've been at Tennessee Colony. That's a big jail. And that's pretty neat because you can actually sit outside with the convict and hug and be a little lovey-dovey. But that's like a big facility. These little county jails are a nightmare. I don't know how many times I've been to Van Zandt County. I feel like I could be an inmate there myself, as many times as I've been in that waiting room. And the guards treat all the people coming to visit terrible because they got a little say-so on their $20,000 a year jobs, if that's even what they make. But they can push people around a little bit so it makes them feel high class. So you only get 20 minutes to begin with. You go in there, you pick up a nasty-ass phone. You don't know who the hell's been talking on it, but I always hid a Clorox wipe in my bra so I could wipe that phone down before I touched it, because I'm not touching no goddamn phone in a jail. I'm going to warn you people, if you ever do it, wipe those phones down. You don't know who the fuck's been talking on them. So I did that, and then you'd get to talk for 20 minutes, and then you had to get out. And they would make you, if you didn't get over there real early, like if visiting started at 11, you better be there at 9, or you wouldn't even get in the first group of people. You'd be there all day just trying to get in to see somebody. So then one of my ex wound up in Terrie in Dallas. So I drove down there, and there had to be a line 2 miles long of women waiting to see their man. clear out to the parking lot. I thought, oh, fuck, I'm going to be here all day, and I still may not get in there to see him. So this guard comes out to me, and he says, when I went up to show him the driver's license, make sure I was on the visitors list, he says, well, how far did you drive? Where's Grand Saline at? I said, oh, man, it's at least 90 miles. He said, well, you get to go in right now. If you drive over 75 miles, you can come right in. Well, I'm thinking, great. And then I'm thinking, oh, wow, these people are all pissed. They've all been waiting in line, and this dude's going to take me up ahead of all of them. I do not want to be walking out passing these people, but I didn't think about it. I went ahead and went with him. Well, I don't know how many times you guys have been to a jail, but this loose derrick has got floors, bunch of floors. So I was on the elevator by myself. It stopped. I get out this hall. There's windows on both sides, the visiting windows. No people in any of them. I could see this black window up in the front. It looked like there might have been guards or something behind it, but I wasn't sure, so I was hollering at somebody to help me. What was I supposed to do? I couldn't get back out because the elevator wouldn't let you back out. I'm just sitting there in this big long hole, like the Twilight Zone, like a horror movie. About then I see number 6, Dan, waving at me through one of them little windows. So I go over there and pick the phone up, and we're talking, and we're talking, and we're talking. I had to be there an hour. I didn't really have much to say to him, because I was pissed at him to begin with, and he had to take a leak really bad. So we finally had to say, hey, look, we're done talking. So they came and got him, and I got back down there, and those people were still standing there in line. And if looks would kill, I'd be dead right now. They were all pissed. They must have thought I was an attorney or somebody to get up there and get ahead of everybody like I did. And he was only in there for stupid shit like, hi, Edget, what are you up to? Haven't seen you in a while. You know where I live. You need to drive by here and see me. I've got me a beautiful she shed that you've never seen. People in this room, this lady, Nana Edget, worked with me at the salt mine. We called her Wanda. Hey, Wanda, these are all people in this room that know me. I hope you've looked at my YouTube channel because I've had one for a while. I could tell you some stories about me and Wanda if you really want to hear it. You want to get up here with me, Wanda? Tell them about some salt mine stories? How you doing anyway? You guys know where I live. You know you can stop by here. But anyway, back to the jail stories. It's kind of a lower rank visitor to be in there seeing a drunk or a drug addict. You got more pull in the visitor's room if you're seeing somebody that's resisted arrest or murdered somebody or robbed somebody. Being in there just to see a drunk and stuff is kind of degrading because drunks are a dime a dozen. Dope dealers are just about a dime a dozen. So anyway, Dan was in there, and the guy right next to him had committed murder. So I actually was talking to the guy in the window next to him because he was sort of famous. His name was Scott. Actually, I'd went in his house after they murdered that girl and sat on the very couch where they murdered her. Of course, I didn't know it then. Nobody did, but we found out later. So that was a little exciting. And then one time I was at the Wood County Jail visiting this Ray dude that just went back to jail. And it was way better at Wood County. They gave you a number when you walked in, and you could come back, and as long as you had that number, you just didn't have to stand in there in a stupid line. You could go outside. So I'm going in there to see him, and I see about 30 people in that waiting room that I knew. The ones that weren't in jail were out in the waiting room, so it was like a big reunion. I loved Wood County. Way better than Van Zandt County. Way better. Loose Derrick was terrible. Nancy was in the Dawson unit. I'd never went to visit a female before, so this would be my very first time. She told me that I had to bring, I couldn't, it's weird because you have to bring all change. Like I had $20 in quarters because you couldn't bring dollar bills or anything. It had to be change. And this lady in the line helped me to go back where the candy machines were, and she said try to buy them some chocolate stuff, but they can't take anything back to the cell with them, and you can't take anything with you, so anything you buy, they have to eat it. You have to eat it right then or you have to leave it. So I take my big bag of quarters and get her some ding-dongs and Twinkies and all kinds of stuff. So we get called up to the visiting room, and the federal women were in white, the ones that were in there on federal charges, and Nancy was in a khaki brown colored jumpsuit thing. So we're kind of sitting by ourselves, and you could touch each other in there. And I had all this stuff. She said, Terry, I can't eat all that stuff. And I said, well, they told me I had to, you're just going to have to let the guards have it or something, eat what you can. Well, I walked in there with these apple bottoms jeans. I didn't know there was anything wrong with them. And she said, man, I can't believe you wore them apple bottom jeans in here. And I thought, so what? What's the big deal about them? So we're talking. They leave you in there quite a while. But you can't really talk good because it's everybody running around, kids and guards everywhere you look. It's not private. So when we got ready to leave, I started following the prisoners. I didn't know where to go. And this guard said, unless you want to go up to the jail cells, you need to get out of this line and get over there. So that was my experience with the women's prison. Went to Forney jail. That was terrible. Went to see a brother-in-law in there. Wood County is still my favorite jail to visit. The guards are nicer. The jail's cleaner. They have a better system to let you see the convicts. Hopefully I won't be doing that anymore. I'm not going to go fool with Ray when he goes down this time. I don't care what happens to his truck or anything. I'm not helping him. I just told him last night I'm not helping you. You burned your bridge. You burnt your last bridge with the last person that was willing to help you. So, do what you got to do. I took care of his truck last time and all of his stuff. Not doing it this time. And I found a whole box, going through all those pictures of all the men I've been putting up there. I went through a whole box. And I found a whole box of letters from Vietnam. And I started reading them. And I couldn't believe it. I got so emotional. I've had so many wonderful people in my life that I treated like shit. I don't think I ever treated Wanda. I might have, though. I probably have, because I've more or less been shitty to everybody I've ever known. It's just the way I am. Can't help it. And just in case you haven't seen my beautiful place, Wanda, take a look at this beauty. Fucking beautiful here. I'm living the greatest life anybody could ever live, and I never smoked a cigarette. Still haven't taken no vaccine. Don't intend to. Don't go to the doctor. Have no intention in it. And my flowers are kind of, well, you can see behind me, they've still got some life left in them, but not much. Hyena already gave everybody a blessing. I'm posting all these things to my YouTube so people can see them. I'm going to do a Chinese mukbang later today. I'm going to have to watch how I talk because Wanda's in here. Usually I don't care. I ain't, it is what it is. I can't get these words off this thing. It's driving me crazy. So I think I'm just going to head on out of here, people. Didn't have much to say. I'm going to dig through some old pictures and post some more proof of my life because I've had a wonderful, exciting, glorious life, and I'm still living it today. And I would not want to be in my 30s and never done anything or experienced anything or went anywhere. I'm glad I always did what I wanted to do. Doing what I want to do right now, too. Hi, babies. What are you doing, little poodles? Gotta have a poodle, don't we? Yep, that's the rules. You got dogs, you gotta have a poodle with them, too. So anyway, people, I'm just going to turn this camera around so Wanda can see my place because she hasn't been over here since I got this she shed. So Wanda, this is for you. Look at these flowers, people. They're still doing pretty good. My babies that I love. Picasso man. Hi, baby. Hi, Mally Dally. Where's Hyena? There's the girl right there. The main kid. See my she shed, Wanda? I didn't have this when I was working at the salt mine. Gotten this afterwards. Hello, Kathy. 340. How come you dogs stay on that sidewalk like you can't get your feet? But there's two little babies right there. There's Tammy and Boogeyman right there. Wow, 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 wow. Every time I see how beautiful I live, I can't believe it. Hi, Grace Kelly. You've probably seen this, but guess what? Wanda hasn't seen it, so I'm showing everybody again. I'm showing them what a Pekingese paradise looks like. what the single life looks like with no man to have to fuck with. Unless you want them to come by and do a little drive-by service, then send them on their way. Visitors, if they were nice to me, some treated me like it was my fault. I know, they treat visitors terrible. Isn't it terrible? And I want to just say to them, hey, you flunky, you only make about 20 grand a year and you're going to try to order me around? I didn't do nothing wrong. Only thing I did wrong was getting hooked up with this drunk or dope dealer. My plants are doing great. There's my little buzzards, who you've seen before. Yep, going to a jail is not a good thing. Going to visit. It's getting hot out here too. I do need to hit the inside. It's hot, hot, hot. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and I will be uploading this to my YouTube. One day you should have got up here with me. Bye, everybody. Ciao.